Hello everyone. In this session I am going to show you how to install Kubernetes using kubeadm. Okay. So I am going to launch two instances. One, I'll make it as master and I'll take the instance type as t2.medium, and one more instance I'll launch as I'll limit as, or I can say I can tag it as worker node with the minimum configuration, that is t2.micro. So both the instances I'm going to take the AMI as Ubuntu 20.04 long-term support version. Okay, so I'll quickly launch the instances here. Okay. First I'm going to launch the master. I'll give the tag here as master Kubernetes. Okay, in short I'm mentioning as K8s. I'll take the AMI here as Ubuntu. Instead of taking the latest one, that is 22.04 version, I'm going with the 20.04. So the instance type, as mentioned, for master the minimum configuration is 2 virtual CPUs. So I'm going to take the instance type here as t2.medium. Okay. So with the key pair which I have launched earlier, I'll go with the same existing key pair, that is K8s new. Okay. And similarly the networking, I'll go with the default VPC and I'll select the subnet here as AP South 1A. Okay. And I'll go with the existing security group. And while after launching, I'll show you like what are the ports which we have enabled here. In this security group, we have allowed all traffic, and let me click on the configuration part. Yeah, 8 GB is enough for me. So for free tier eligible customers, we have up to 30 GB. So I'll do one thing. I'll keep it as 30. So you can see the summary here. Okay, I'm going to launch one instance with the configuration t2.medium with the AMI tab as Ubuntu 20.04 long-term support. Okay, and I have selected the existing security group and the volume size I have given as 30 GB. So I'm going to launch this. So the instance has been successfully launched, but we need one more instance. Okay. So I'm going to launch one more instance here. I'll give the tag here as worker 1. Okay. I'll go with the same Ubuntu 20.04 version. And for worker node, the minimum requirement is the same, that is t2.micro with one virtual CPU. I'll go with the same key pair, and in the network setting also I'll go with the same availability zone, that is AP South 1A. Okay, the same existing security group. Okay. And for the storage, I'll go with the default one, that is 8 GB. Okay. So you can see here under the summary, I'm going to launch one more instance with this AMI Ubuntu 20.04, and the instance type is t2.micro, and the firewall setting, that is the security group, is the same for both master and worker node, and the storage is 8 GB. I'm going to launch this as well. Okay. So you can see here already the master which we have launched, it's in the running state. Let me refresh here. Okay. So we have both master Kubernetes and the worker. Okay. So here we have both the master and worker node. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to access both the instances through putty, and there I'm going to execute few commands which I have listed here. Okay. Here it is. Okay. And here also I have. So installation step has been categorized into three parts. That is, the step one is the below commands we need to execute in both master and worker node. You can see here step one is we need to execute the below commands in both master and the worker nodes. And the step two is we need to execute the command kubeadm init. After executing all the above commands, I need to execute this command only in the master. Okay. And the step 3 also the same. We need to execute the same command, the below mentioned commands, only on the master. And on the step 4, we need to execute these commands. So overall, there are 4 steps. Let me refresh here. Okay. So the master has successfully passed 2 by 2 checks. So I'm going to access this through putty. Okay. I'm going to log in here as Ubuntu. Okay. I have successfully logged in. So now what I'll do is I'm going to execute these commands. Okay. These all commands I'm going to execute. So first command is to update. Once the commands execute successfully, I'll execute this command. Okay, it has been successfully executed. I'll execute the other command now. Okay, it has also been executed successfully. I'll go with the third command, that is, this is the command to install Docker. Okay. So this is the command to restart the Docker service. Okay. So I have executed all the commands which are in step 1 in the master. Similarly, I am going to execute the same commands in the worker node as well. So step 1 was completed in both master and worker, and this is the only step which we need to execute in both master and the worker node. We'll go with the step 2 now. Okay, as clearly mentioned in the documentation, like step 2 is only for the master, means the below command we need to execute only in the master. So here also it has been successfully completed. I'll go to the master server now. Okay, let me clear the screen. Here I'm going to execute the command called kubeadm init, that is we are going to initialize kubeadm. Okay, so the command has been initialized, like the kubeadm has been initialized successfully. You can see here your Kubernetes control plane has initialized successfully, and you can see here to start using your cluster you need to run the following as a regular user. Okay, so these below commands I need to execute, and this is the third step. You can see here on step 3 these are the commands, the same commands which I am highlighting here in the control plane. Okay, and you can see here there is one more point, like then you can join any number of worker nodes by running the following on each as a root. Okay, so I need to execute this command in the worker node. Okay, I have copied. Let me show you here. Okay, you can see this is the command, like the token we need to paste this token in the worker node. Let me do that here. So I am into the worker node now. I'll clear the screen. Okay, here I am going to execute the command, I mean the token. So I have done here. Okay, you can see the step 3, sorry, the step 2, after executing this command I copied the token and pasted it in the worker node. So the step 3 is I need to execute these commands only in the master. So what are the commands? Let me go back to the worker, like master node here. I'll clear the screen. Okay, you can see here it is asking us you need to run the following user as a regular user. I'll use the symbol ct tilde. Here I'm going to execute. Either you can copy this from here or the same thing here is the documentation as well. You can take any of this one. So the step 3 also completed, and the step 4 we need to execute these commands in the master only. Before that, let me try executing the command called kubectl get nodes. You can see here. Okay, so currently I am into the worker node. So after pasting the token here, we got an notification, like you can see this node has joined the cluster. Okay, run kubectl get nodes on the control plane to see this node join the cluster. So let's check here. So there is one more step pending. So before that, I'll execute this command. Whether it has joined or not, we'll check. Or we are getting any error. Okay, the command is kubectl get nodes. Okay, so you can see here, I'm able to see both master and the control plane. Sorry, the worker node. Master and the control plane are the same. So you can see the control plane, but the status is showing as not ready. Okay, why? Because it has joined, but the status is still in the not ready state. Okay, I need to execute this command. Here it is. Okay, this is the same command. Okay, you can see here. kubectl apply -f and this kube channel dot. So let me execute the kubectl get nodes command again. kubectl get nodes. You can see here, after executing the step 4, previously the both control plane and the worker node status was not ready, but after executing the 4th step commands, it's in the ready state. So this is the way we are going to install Kubernetes using the kubeadm command. So I think these commands we need to execute. Let me compare. Okay, the command is kubectl. This is the command. Let me compare with the documentation here. So we can use this command which I have executed. You can ignore the other one. Okay, this is the same command. This one and this one are the same one. So I'm going to replace this. So we need to execute these commands. So that's it, guys. We have successfully installed Kubernetes using the kubeadm.